Hey, it's Joe.
And this is Catherine Ann. Mother's Day, Father's Day, and graduation season are around the corner, and we gathered 17 meaningful gift ideas to help you show up prepared. Who doesn't want a pan that won't poison your pasta, a cologne strangers actually try to sniff, or a deal that gets Dad free ground beef for life? Check out the link in our show notes to get our moms, dads, and grads gift guide today.
Today, we're talking about the Supreme Court voting to limit a Voting Rights Act provision, King Charles and Queen Camilla's royal visit recapped, the U.S.'s Iran war tab, and the UAE leaving an oil cartel, and other top news for Friday, May 1st. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with the pour-over.
Here's your quote of the day. God has promised forgiveness to your repentance, but he has not promised tomorrow to your procrastination. St. Augustine. Let's get started with some espresso shots.
The Supreme Court struck down Louisiana's congressional map Wednesday, further limiting the Voting Rights Act. In a 6-3 decision, justices declared the Pelican State's 2024 map, redrawn to add a second majority black district, was unconstitutional racial gerrymandering. The ruling narrows Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, requiring future map challengers to prove state districts are intentionally, racially discriminatory rather than just discriminatory in effect. Dissenting justices called the ruling a, quote, demolition of the law, warning the new precedent will dilute minority voting power. A new wave of challenges and redraws is expected. Meanwhile, Florida passed a new congressional map this week, allowing Republicans in the Sunshine State to gain as many as 4 seats ahead of midterms, and some Georgia GOP lawmakers are calling for a special redistricting session in their state. Still wondering what redistricting is all about? Catch me and Kathleen on TPO Explains tomorrow, where we take a shallow dive on the topic. We shouldn't allow Supreme Court decisions or political outcomes to consume our thoughts, direct our emotions, or dull our hope. The political landscape, or map, may change, but our mission remains the same: love God and love others. Jesus answered, "The most important commandment is, 'Listen, Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength.' The second is, 'Love your neighbor as yourself.' There is no other command greater than these." Mark 12, verses 29 through 31.
King Charles and Queen Camilla said toodaloo to the former colonies yesterday, wrapping up their 4-day U.S. state visit. After Charles received bipartisan applause for his address to Congress Tuesday, President Trump and First Lady Melania hosted the British monarchs for a White House state dinner. The posh party was attended by cabinet members and SCOTUS justices, plus billionaires Jeff Bezos and Tim Cook, and Masters champ Rory McIlroy. Wednesday, the royal couple headed to the Big Apple, where they paid respects to September 11th victims at the 9/11 memorial. Then, yesterday, Charles and Camilla received a formal cheerio from POTUS and FLOTUS before ending their trip in Virginia, where they visited the Arlington National Cemetery, then celebrated the North American tradition of potlucks at an America 250 block party. Christians have the opportunity to display the riches of Christ through hospitality, whether it's to foreign dignitaries, next-door neighbors, or strangers in need. Who in your life could use an open door and a cuppa, tea or coffee? Love one another deeply as brothers and sisters. Take the lead in honoring one another. Do not lack diligence in zeal. Be fervent in the Spirit. Serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope. Be patient in affliction. Be persistent in prayer. Share with the saints in their needs. Pursue hospitality. Romans 12, verses 10 through 13.
The Iran war is continuing to rattle markets and Uncle Sam's piggy bank. The Pentagon told Congress Tuesday that Uncle Sam's Iran war tab hit around $25 billion. Oil topped $126 per barrel yesterday, a 4-year high, as top brass briefed President Trump on next moves, and markets braced for a long Strait of Hormuz blockade. Pentagon officials say the spending keeps the strait open and global commerce flowing. Critics counter that the war's price tag and open-ended timelines threaten to swamp domestic priorities. In a separate jolt, the United Arab Emirates said Wednesday it's leaving the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, the cartel's biggest defection in decades, citing production caps that don't fit. A Saudi advisor shrugged off the UAE's exit, saying, quote, "One country going out doesn't mean anything." But analysts warn more defections could follow. Here's a verse to consider when international conflict feels unending. Some take pride in chariots and others in horses, but we take pride in the name of the Lord our God. They collapse and fall, but we rise and stand firm. Psalm 20, verses 7 through 8.
Hey, it's Zan from The Pour Over. I've been making a purposeful effort to eat more seafood because I know it's packed with nutrients and I feel better when I do. But finding quality seafood where I live is a feat. That's why I started ordering from Wild Alaskan. They deliver 100% wild-caught, never-farmed seafood like coho salmon and Pacific halibut straight to my door. It comes perfectly portioned and frozen right off the boat, locking in taste, texture, and nutrients like omega-3s. So it's both delicious and super easy to prep a quick, nutritious dinner for my family. My first box from Wild Alaskan Company definitely made me realize not all fish is the same. Get seafood you can trust. Go to wildalaskan.com/TPO for $35 off your first box of premium wild-caught seafood. That's wildalaskan.com/TPO for $35 off your first order.
In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. The Fed held the line, and so did its outgoing chair. Jerome Powell says he'll stay on as governor after his term as chair ends May 15th, the first to do so since 1948, citing President Trump's series of legal attacks on the Fed. Rates were left unchanged Wednesday for the third time this year, despite Trump's continued demands for cuts.
James Comey's waving the white flag for now. The former FBI director surrendered to authorities and appeared in court Wednesday over charges that he threatened President Trump's life on Instagram last year. Though Comey didn't enter a plea, his lawyers say they're working to get the charge dismissed on grounds that the DOJ is intentionally targeting the longtime Trump critic.
2 Jewish men were stabbed in North London Wednesday in what police are calling a suspected terrorist attack. The victims, ages 76 and 34, remain in stable condition at the hospital, and authorities have arrested one suspect, a 45-year-old Somali-born UK citizen. This stabbing is the latest in a series of anti-Semitic attacks in the UK, prompting demands for urgent action.
Ding, ding, ding. The winner is Big Tech. Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft all reported better than expected earnings Wednesday, making April tech's best month since 2020. All 4 giants credited AI for their bottom and top lines, doubling down by announcing massive AI-focused spending plans. Wall Street still wasn't impressed. Excluding Alphabet's about 7% pop, tech stock fell across the board.
After 75 days, Homeland Security is defrosting. Wednesday, Congress passed a budget resolution that allows lawmakers to draft a $70 billion, 3.5-year funding bill for ICE and Customs and Border Protection. Then, yesterday, the legislature yayed and President Trump signed off on a separate bill to fund most of DHS through the end of September, officially melting its record-breaking partial shutdown. That's all the headlines we have for today. Here's some good news. Today is the day that the Lord has made. We can rejoice in knowing that His mercies are new in it.
As always, thanks so much for listening. If you're listening on the Apple Podcasts app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We're grateful for your support and hope you have a great weekend. See you on Monday. Your home holds the memory of all your firsts. Your first key in your own front door. Your baby's first steps. Your first Christmas as a family. Your home matters, so when looking to buy or sell, choose a real estate agent who gets it. Christian Real Estate Network agents view your move as a ministry opportunity. Your Christian realtor will bring knowledge and godly counsel, help you steward your resources wisely, and pray for God's leading and provision throughout the process. Visit www.hismove.com today and get connected with a Christian realtor who understands that every moment and first is part of the story God is writing for you.